Hey guys, welcome back to our continuing coverage of the 2015 NABShow. I'm John P.
I'm Scott Ellis.
And we have a very special guest. You guys know we've often talked about and we've used the iOgrapher, which I love very much. We've got Dave here joining us, and you are completely distracting me with all kinds of new versions of the iOgrapher that I never dreamed of.
So you were such a big help at first to getting us launched, honestly. I mean, your love for it spread, and we had some great sales from your thing. So I actually owe you some money, I think.
Good, yeah.
We'll do that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, so since then we've grown to like 12 products.
That's awesome.
And I'm here at the show. I'm showing off my iOgrapher for iPhone 6. We're live with Periscope right now.
Nice. Hi guys on Periscope.
So I thought we would do something like fun like that.
Okay, we got to back up. I want to go back a little bit in history because you had a dream a while back. You are actually a teacher. Are you still teaching?
So, since we last spoke, I was at a convention called VidCon. And we happened to be very lucky and be next to the Best Buy booth. And they happened to see a lot of people at our booth because we had just launched the iPhone 5 case. And so they came over, what is this? Tell us all about it. Wow, you should be in Best Buy. We're like, sure, you know. So lo and behold, that's turned into, we made a deal. We're going into 1,000 stores in June.
So you're no longer a teacher.
So I retired in December.
You have a totally different, okay, but let's explain what happened.
Yeah.
So you used to teach,
and
you taught production type stuff. And one of the challenges was for students, it's hard to get low cost, high quality production gear, but you're like, well, they're all carrying around production gear in the form of an iPad or an iPhone.
Right. And
so you had this dream of making some sort of a case that could help them use that tool. That's where
it all started.
It came from, right?
That's where going forward with that, I mean, we got to a point where we were using them in the classroom. Of course, we did the Kickstarter, we got funded. And then we started doing multi-camera shoots for football, streaming live over the internet. I mean, when I left the school, I mean, the boosters were crying, how are we going to do our multi-cam football game next year? You know, I'm like, well, I'll still help you out and whatnot. But yeah, it's just built into where we're in schools all over the country, broadcast schools, USC, Missouri, Texas, etc. And the Miami Dolphins just emailed me. They want to do some stuff for post-game stuff.
Wow,
the Celtics use it for training. So it's just gone beyond what I ever thought. I mean, I was expecting I'm going to get a nice little teacher's pension one day, and now it's just been crazy.
I'm so happy for you.
You have a couple of very impressive rigs here with you. I don't even know where to start. So walk us through what we're looking at here, a couple of new cases?
So this is, and it's funny because my whole life I fought with my students about shooting in portrait view. Why do you, that is a sin in my class.
Oh yeah.
So here, I'm shooting with Periscope in the portrait view, so it's kind of making me, it's crazy. But this is the iPhone 6 case, the 6 Plus.
So they're going to put it, they've got it on that camera there for you.
So the iPhone 6 Plus case, we've got a wide angle lens that we make. We also make telephoto.
And by the way, that lens is, you can remove it.
You can remove the lens.
Trade it out, right?
Yeah.
Trade it out.
It's a, what is it, 37 millimeter?
37 millimeter, actually have a macro underneath it.
Wow.
Oh, very
So
good.
now you've got just the regular lens, so you can, and there's adapters out there to put on DSLR lenses.
Yeah.
So if you want a 50 millimeter Canon lens, and you want to shoot some really crazy stuff, you have that opportunity as well.
And by the way, I like that you've got it with like a little brass line.
So when we first started with you, the first versions were all plastic, and people were stripping them. They were like, oh, let's put the lens on, you know? And so that we kept replacing them because we wanted to be very happy. So we decided to make a whole brass ring. Then we had to make that from scratch because there was nothing out there like it. So, and then on this particular model, we added 2 different quarter 20s. So now if you want to do your Meerkat or your Periscope, you've got that. If you want to just go normal.
Oh, very smart.
And of course you got your 2 shoes, you want a light or a microphone on there and stuff like that. So that's the new.
Nice,
and
nice.
that's a mold prototype, and we're going to start shipping those in about 30 days.
Now this is the iPhone 6, but you're going to make
Plus.
6 Plus. Now I noticed you also have like little, it looks like little feet right here.
Because my wife is very adamant that it needs to stand alone.
It needs to be able to just stand like that.
Yep. And it should.
Well, it probably would, except the
microphone.
The microphone is taking a little bit off balance.
I think it's when I have the lens on it, both say
probably
because they
then
counterweight.
it
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that's for the iPhone.
So that was that.
6.
So,
but this.
So that is something that I just kind of went crazy with.
Oh my God.
And we've been showing it off here, and we just let people see it the other day because we filed the patent on it.
I just want to know when I can get it.
You'd be one of the first to get it. So I thought, God, we have the GoPros are ridiculous, but the selfie stick and all that. I mean, come on, let's make this into a little 4K camera rig, right? So we hooked it up to our friends at MXL. They have this great little adapter that you could plug into the audio port. And then we've got a Marshall HD monitor on there, and now you've got this great rig to go shoot steadily. And you saw how the handles are nice and thing. And so we've just been getting great buzz and people like, I need it now. Here's my money. When can I get it? So we decided.
How are you going to launch this one? Are you going to do it as a Kickstarter? Or are you just going to put it in the store? What are you going to do?
You know what? I really
do it as a Kickstarter.
I thought about that.
Why
you
not?
Think so?
Why not?
Okay, good.
Why not? There's no reason not to,
reason.
okay?
You're right.
Pre-sell a bunch of them on Kickstarter, and then it goes into the store, fulfill those orders first, everybody wins.
That's a good idea.
Our guy Gio's been shooting a lot with the GoPro while we're here, so I'm pretty sure he's already salivating just looking at this right now. But what interests me is I've been doing more and more travel. Going to go overseas later this year. I have been trying to figure out what is the best possible rig to take with me to shoot in multiple formats, to be able to do audio and video podcasting while I'm there, but I want it to be as light and slimmed down as possible, but still give me the best possible quality. And I'm seeing two very good options for travel right now.
I mean, I'm thinking this would be my #1 choice because it's so many options.
Yeah,
Plus,
because
if you
got
want
an
to edit.
iPhone 6.
I've got a 6, that's the Plus.
Okay.
But they're coming out with the 6 later,
coming
right?
out with the 6 later, yeah. This was, so Best Buy wanted exclusivity on the 6 Plus. And then we're making kits for them with the Mini and the iPad Air that are going to have 2 lenses and the case, and specifically for Best Buy. So
awesome,
pretty fun. But yeah, so this, I mean, I can't stop playing with this. I've been shooting like crazy with it. 128 gigs on your iPhone, right? I mean, there's plenty of room. Edit right there, and send it up to the world.
And when will the version for the 6 come out? Do you know?
I would say 60 days probably, because we just started on the mold on that one. We didn't think the interest would be there, but it is. So.
What about other devices, non-iOS?
I wish I had $1 for every time I got that.
We've been asking that since day one, right?
The bad part, I'm such an Apple fanatic. Of course, I bought my watch, and I'm making a iOgrapher for the watch. But no, it's just
that would be sweet.
So you go, hey. But so people are, and if I can find, if you two would tell me this is the device you need to make for Android, I'll make it. But I want specific, that model, because there's so many different,
it is hard.
And it's just too hard to pin down on it. But
I think you have to, honestly, I think if you did it, it'd have to be a Samsung, like an S6, for example. That would be the most, there'll be more people with like an S6 than anything. They'll sell 10 million of those or 20 million of those, but it's hard to say, because comparatively, since the Android market shares the entire pool of customers.
Right. So, and I'm excited to see
actually, you know what Dave just suggested in my ear here? It would be interesting if there was a method of making it slightly adjustable. So, I don't know, spring-loaded or
we've been exploring that.
That's much more secure, because those really snap in.
That's the thing. And then the more pieces, the more expensive. And so we're trying to keep the prices, this is $59.95. I mean, we're trying to keep everything really nice and cheap. So.
How much are the lenses to add
Lenses, we sell them for $39 on the website, but there's all kinds of lenses you can find out there from range and prices. And then we do big bundles where you can get 20% off the whole thing if you buy it all. And so it's been, accessorizing has been a lot of fun, because we just get so much stuff that's thrown at us, microphones and these, I mean, all these different mics that are pro-level mics that you can connect to this devices just using certain cables is like, wow, because audio is so important with it all. So.
Yeah, endless possibilities.
And that's the thing. And people are you going to make one for the iPad Pro? And I'm like, I don't know if people want to carry around a big, we'll see.
Maybe if you do, you'll have to have like a Steadicam rig attached to it.
Yeah, really. So if people want to get one now, where do they go to
iOgrapher.com. We're also B&H Photo.
What all do we have them for? What all devices do we have?
So we've got the iPhone 6 is pre-order today. So if people want it, get it now, because we were selling them like crazy. And then we've got the iPhone 5, 5S. We've got the iPad Mini, the iPad Air, and the Air 2 is going to come out next week. So that'll be good to go. And then the full-size iPad. and lenses, microphones, tripods, whatever you want. So we've got the whole round of it. So based on what you're saying, you both want one of these.
Oh, there's no. I don't want one of those.
Okay, you want a couple of them.
I want like 5 of those, okay, so we can use them all over the place.
Okay.
But yeah, and I honestly think you should kickstart that thing.
Okay.
I think that would have a lot of success.
Okay.
And I'd like to see you sell, $100,000 worth of them before you even have to go build the mold and
That's
put it out.
That's good to know.
Why
good
not?
To know. I'll do it.
I don't know why not.
Because I trust everything you do, and I follow
I don't know
you.
about that, but
Absolutely. No, it's a great idea. I just remember last Kickstarter was such a white hair raising experience.
It will be.
But I was new then, and now I kind of think we have a little bit of a name. And
plus, you have all those people who backed you before. People know who you are.
Yeah.
We'll help in every way we can to push it out, and I know a lot of other people will.
Okay.
And I think you'd have a lot of success because this reaches beyond the iOS marketplace. There's a lot of people with GoPros, and they would love to have a rig like that,
And literally, this came out of my frustration for holding my little.
Yes.
Here's the little LCD. Great, it's touch, but I can't see it. And I'm getting older, and I need bigger things. So.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Cool.
Well, Dave, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
always
buddy.
a pleasure
to
have
you on. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
It's also always a pleasure to have you guys tuning in for the live show. We've got a lot more of it, so stay tuned. We'll be right back.